it looks like.
Grim Monolith is about as close as he'll get.
Yeah, so he's not playing the fastest version possible, but I really have to give it to Samuel Friedman. I think that this is a good matchup for him.
Yeah, I think you're right. Post board.
He doesn't get a whole lot.
No, he doesn't.
He can bring in slaughter packs.
That's all right.
Just one more way to do that, and it gets around. You know, it can slow him down if it comes to that.
Slaughter pack
he
usually.
does 1C.
Right.
And who is on the play? Let's see. Do we know? Samuel Friedman's on the play. Huge advantage.
Yep. Hive Mind deck winning the die roll is a scary thing.
Yep. The Goblin's best chance is, you know, turn 1 Lackey into something big. You know, something like a Siege Gang into a Pile Driver, Ringleader, War Chief. Oh, and Goblins is mulliganing.
Courtney Smith might have done a little scouting before this round. Might know what Sam Friedman's playing. Might know he needs a pretty explosive draw to compete. But Sam did have a Sting Scourger in that hand.
He could, and that would stop the Emrakul.
Ooh, James Allen, you are correct. Nyx works versus Hive Mind's active.
It does.
Nyx is maybe a little bit of a narrow sideboard card, though.
Yeah.
But stick Nyx on a Scepter, you'll never lose to Hive Mind.
That is true. That is true, and it only stops 1 pack.
Yeah, you actually probably
If
still
they go
will
pack
lose to Hive
pack,
Mind.
well, you're still going to probably lose.
Yep.
So I think that even if he gets all of his, you know, by the time that Hive Mind goes off, he's probably not going to be able to pay for the red pact.
Right.
Let alone
Probably not.
Let alone blue or green.
Yeah, those might be tough for the deck whose mana base is Mutavault, Port, Wasteland, Mountain.
Might be hard. Might be hard.
No Manamorphose is present.
Right. I mean, he's going to look for a turn 4 draw, and Hive Mind is, it's at least turn 4. I mean, turn 4 is not too difficult for Hive Mind.
Turn 4 is the latest it goes off, right?
Right. So, and Courtney Smith is going to have a hard time winning before turn 4.
Right. You know, Goblins can win on turn 3, but it's really tough.
And in terms of disruption, he just doesn't have anything. You
No.
know, he doesn't have Red Elemental Blast. All he really has is Mind Break Trap.
Yeah,
So
that is
it is going to be rough. A real rough one. His best hope is that Samuel Friedman doesn't know that he's playing all these Sting Scourgers and goes to the Emrakul.
Right. That will only work for one game, though. That's the problem.
That is true. That is true. He needs to make that one game count.
Courtney Smith in his sideboard has an interesting one, Leyline of Punishment.
Players cannot gain life.
Damage can't be prevented. No fogs here.
No fogs, no COPs.
Constant mists.
Not going to work.
So Courtney Smith on 5. Wow.
I'm going to put Samuel Friedman pretty heavily on this game.
On the play, his opponent on 5 cards in a great matchup. Yeah, I don't know what could go wrong here.
Well, a lot can go wrong. Plenty can go wrong. Like, you know, the Fluster Storms don't do anything.
Right.
So I guess that matters.
Yeah, I mean, Sam Friedman could have easily kept a hand that was like Flusterstorm, Show and Tell, Emrakul. You know, it seems like it's
might not
pretty
turn
good.
out so well.
Right, but against the Goblin deck that plays 35 creatures, 4 spells, 21 lands.
Might be rough.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Might be real rough. And he keeps his hand with a turn 1 Mountain, and it looks like no other play.
Yep, Scalding Carndo is met by Mountain Go. Brainstorm in Sam Friedman's hand. He either puts Courtney Smith on Burn or Goblins. Either way, he has a lot of time.
Yes.
And no turn 1 spell, probably not Burn.
Can't quite tell what is in his hand. I see a Pile Driver in Courtney's hand.
Pile Driver, Port, Incinerator. And that's about it. Bunch of lands.
Yep. And he plays a
Aether Vial. Okay.
Looks like a promo. And I guess we're going to see a Brainstorm. Brainstorm here? Maybe?
Yeah,
Perhaps?
I can't imagine Sam Friedman would want to Force of Will that.
No, I don't imagine either.
Wow, Force of Willing the Aether Vial.
Yeah, you know, it's fine. He's discarding Flusterstorm.
Okay, fair enough.
That card is fully dead against Goblins.
Yep. Also, Courtney Smith not playing a land before he plays the Vial. Good heads-up play there. If he plays land Vial, Samuel Friedman might not counter that.
That's very true.
Friedman,
Sam,
though,
yeah, just looking, looks like he doesn't have a whole lot of gas.
he's sitting on his Brainstorm. He has lots of packs, but he's going to hold that Brainstorm for as long as possible. to see as many cards as possible.
I think he's got a hive mind too. I think he just now is working on getting the mana for it.
Oh, okay. Who knew that Hive Mind was going to be a broken combo card, huh? 6 mana, M10 enchantment.
Yeah, I mean, it was a joke for a long time. Like, oh, Hive Mind, you can pack your opponent, right?
Yeah.
Well, it turns out you actually can.
You can.
That really does work.
You know, I think a big reason that Hive Mind, or I think a big reason that the build your own standard won't work is because Hive Mind is just too good.
That's probably true.
You get the entire time spiral block with its extra cards because of its time shifted cards.
Oh my god.
All of M10. It's way too good.
That would be pretty good.
So Sam Friedman content to build up his hand here. He does brainstorm, pulls the trigger.
Gonna put some back. I'm sure any Flusterstorms he gets are going straight back.
Yep.
I see a Ponder there.
That's a great card for him.
Yep. He has, just all the time in the world to start searching stuff up.
Yep, still at 20 life, all self-inflicted so far, facing down just a 1/2.
Yep. Goes to 19. Or is this 19?
18, I think.
18.
Because of force.
Right.
Fetch up basic island.
He will probably be pondering.
Yep. Ponder, look for Show and Tell, look for Grim Monolith. Any of these would be awesome for him.
Look for another Ponder.
Yeah. He'll take another Ponder.
And they definitely, I think I saw another Ponder there too.
Yeah. 3 Moon Ponder is very easy to tell.
Yeah. Looks like he's pondering.
Pondering
this. I'm not as good as the puns as Callie is.
No.
Nah, it's hard.
No, that's definitely true.
Yeah, it's
definitely
real hard. Draws card. And he's going to sack this land. Plays another fetch land.
Yep, so Samuel Friedman giving Courtney Smith all the time in the world. He's just sculpting his hand, trying to put together his combo here.
I mean, he knows that he's under very little pressure.
Right. The best that Courtney Smith could do right now is War Chief and another creature, and even that's only 7 or 8 damage.
Well, War Chief and another pile driver would be a lot.
Yeah, that would be a good amount.
And it looks like we get a... Looks like a pile driver. Yep. A lot of glare in those sleeves.
Upkeep, he'll port the sea. Any port in the storm for Courtney Smith right now. Mauls to 5 in a bad matchup.
And Samuel Friedman's still just looking for a show and tell or some way to cast that Hive Mind. And it looks like another Ponder for him. He's going to keep looking. Grim Monolith or a...
Show and tell.
And
this is assuming he has that Hive Mind in his hand. We could have mistaken that for a Pactum negation.
That's true. That's true. And he does another search.
Yep,
another fetch.
That'll bring him to 16.
Yep.
Gets basic island.
And he got a brainstorm off that Ponder, so he can dig even further. Now next turn, if he still gets to play another land this turn, next turn he can just hardcast Hive Mind if he has it.
You don't see that too often.
Not off 6 lands, you don't.
Sam Friedman trying to sculpt a winner here. Throws up his hands. He doesn't need all these land. Yeah, Emrakul and Show and Tell in his hand.
That will turn out poorly if he tries doing that.
Yeah, his only spells right now are pacts, including a blue pact. Emrakul, Show and Tell.
Yeah. And Courtney Smith, I believe, does have a Sting Scourger in his hand.
He does. So if Sam Friedman casts Show and Tell, Courtney Smith puts Sting Scourger into play, it'll blow Sam Friedman out, but if instead Courtney Smith doesn't put the Sting Scourger into play, it'll get pact negationed when Sam Friedman tries to cast it.
Right.
Or when Courtney Smith tries to cast it.
And, yep, Samuel Friedman just checking those 2 cards, figuring out which order he wants to put them in.
Yeah. Courtney Smith is not safe yet. He still has to dodge quite a few draw steps. Only has 2 pile drivers right now.
Which will attack for 6 damage by themselves.
Yep.
So, it's not insignificant. Any other goblin really does reduces Samuel Friedman's life pretty significantly.
Yeah. Unlikely that he can do 16 all in one turn.
Very unlikely. It would require a War Chief and another pile driver. Strange things that happen, just not in his hand. And it looks like, cannot tell, attacks for 6?
Wow, I'm almost surprised not to see a Incinerator come out there.
Yeah.
Well, we might still.
Oh, he's looking at playing this Sting Scourger.
Do it, Courtney.
But playing both of them, it looked like.
And he just decides on saying go.
Yep. Upkeep taps that.
Underground. In response, Sam Friedman uses a fetch land, goes to 9.
I think he's going to brainstorm here or something.
Yeah, I'm really surprised Courtney Smith didn't play that Incinerator.
Yeah, I mean, that would put him at lethal next turn.
Yeah. So upkeep, Sam Friedman brainstorms with that Underground after shuffling.
And I see a Force of Will.
Summoner's Pact.
He has a Summoner's Pact.
Ancient Tomb.
Yep.
So Sam Friedman, despite all this digging, ponder, brainstorm, still can't find his Hive Mind.
Yeah.
So puts 2 back with brainstorm, thinking about using that Tarn.
He does.
Yeah, he knows the top of his deck won't help him. Gets his 4th and final island. Only one mana producing island left in his deck, a Volcanic. So Sam Friedman just flooded on land at this point.
Draw us return.
Courtney Smith checking out the graveyard, trying to figure out why he isn't dead yet.
And I think we're going to get a show and tell here.
Tell Courtney Smith might cycle a Gem Palm in response to try and find something better to put into play. But nope, Emrakul, oops.
Awkward.
Scourge you, bro.
And that is enough damage. That is, that'll take it down.
Yeah, Courtney Smith mulls to 5 and gets there in one of his worst...
Wait,
oh,
no, he
Courtney.
didn't pay.
No Echo
He
for
forgot
Courtney
to pay
Smith.
Echo. Wow.
So this game goes on one more turn.
That would have been lethal if he had paid the Echo.
You know, I might have forgotten there too.
Yeah,
I would be pretty excited
that.
to slam that Sting Scourger.
Yeah. He's going to attack. Takes Samuel Friedman down to 2.
Yep. And now, you know, I also probably would have liked to see Courtney Smith cycle that Gem Palm pre-combat, try and hit a War Chief.
That would have been nice.
Tarfire would be good here.
Tarfire would be great here.
The cycles the Incinerator. Oh, and he did draw a War Chief. Wow. So Courtney Smith gives Sam Friedman
1 extra turn.
1 extra turn here in a couple different ways.
Yep.
And the awkward post-combat War Chief.
Samuel Friedman is both kicking himself and happy that all this went down like this. Now
He draws a City of Traders.
What is that going to... was it a Brainstorm?
That's a Ponder.
Ponder, I don't think it's going to be enough.
Shuffle his deck. I'm not sure what Sam Friedman can draw right here.
Neither am I. No, I think he might have drawn a City of an Ancient Tomb. So if top card is Hive Mind, maybe that's enough. He has, it looks like, another Emrakul.
And another Show and
Or
Tell.
has the Emrakul another Show and Tell.
That won't do it. He's facing lethal from
He's
those
not happy
goblins.
about that.
Pack
Yeah,
that
wow.
Game, and that was a crazy game. Courtney
That was
Smith
crazy.
wins game 1 against all odds.
No kidding.
So mono red goblins takes down mono blue combo. That might be the first time in history.
It doesn't happen often. I mean, Samuel Friedman, he kept what seemed like a decent enough hand, had lots of ways to search things up, and he just could not find a Hive Mind.
Exactly.
Over and over again, just could not get there. Now, he's not going to make that same mistake again with Emrakul. Now that he knows that he does have to, he's definitely have to watch out for those Sting Scourgers.
Right.
But he doesn't have a lot to board in. He can bring in the Slaughter Packs.
Yeah, he could. Usually reserved for something like a Gaddock.
It is, but these Flusterstorms
yeah, exactly.
are just totally dead.
They're completely dead. He can bring in Leyline of Sanctity. Doesn't really do anything against Courtney. He didn't see any black mana. He didn't see any green mana, so he has no reason to think there's going to be any disruption.
Yeah.
Leyline of the Void doesn't do anything. Surgical doesn't do anything. I guess Slaughter Pack's the best option.
Yeah, it's the only option. I mean.
Yeah. Can't side in the 4th Flusterstorm, that's for sure.
Yeah, no.
Courtney Smith, on the other hand, well, actually, he doesn't have much either. He has Tormod's Crypts, Relics, Mindbreak Traps. I guess
he might bring in Mind Break traps, but it's not going to do a whole lot.
Yeah, I think he'll bring in Pyrokinesis, take out some of the slower goblins, just to dome Sam for 4.
Pyrokinesis does not hit players.
It does not?
It does not.
Wow. So neither player has any sideboard cards to bring in here.
Pyrokinesis would be much better if it hit players.
Yeah, it would.
Yep, just the creatures.
Wow.
So neither player has pretty much anything for each other.
No, they're both looking at their sideboard in despair.
You know, Shatterstorm is probably, or Shattering Spree is probably the best card that Courtney can bring in, and there's nothing really worth bringing in for. I think he just needs to go all out. Maybe the Incinerator.
Incinerator, yeah, he can side that one out. He can side out. Well, I was gonna say he can side out some number of Siege Gangs, but he really can't. Just on the odds that he goes Lackey into Siege Gang.
Yeah. It's one of the ways he can win this game.
Right. Yeah, this is not good for either player post board. They'll be pretty much playing with their 60 with some tiny upgrades. Mm-hmm. And you have to think that Sam Friedman is still favored.
Yeah, I mean, I think that Sam Friedman was completely favored of the match. He pondered and brainstormed and pondered, and just could not get a hive mind.
No, there wasn't one. He pondered 3 times, brainstormed 3 times, still nothing.
Just nothing.
He probably checked his deck to see if the hive minds were still in there.
Make sure he didn't board them out.
I would have.
Lose them somewhere.
Exactly.
I mean, he just looked through so much. It's amazing.
He didn't find an intuition either.
No, yeah. I mean, he had plenty of cards to get, and nothing came up.
Yep. So it looks like Courtney Smith keeping his 7. Sam Friedman is on 6 right now. He'll try and find something a little better. So you're pretty experienced with Hive Mind. How well does it mulligan?
Very well.
Very well.
Very well. The thing is that you only, show and tell, Hive Mind, and a pack is all you need. Your deck is so focused on just doing that you have a couple turns to get them. You need a little mana acceleration usually, but it mulligans incredibly well.
Right. And Sam Friedman keeps 6 and opens with a Ponder. He has to use Underground Sea to do it, though. He can't like that, opening himself up to Wasteland.
Yeah,
here.
that is a little scary. And it looks like Courtney does, in fact, have a Wasteland.
Wow.
Which I imagine he'll lead off on. He also has a Vial, and it looked like a Lackey, but it was hard to tell. So he's definitely has a good opening hand.
Wow, Sam Friedman does not have any more land.
No, but he does have plenty of ways to get the combo.
Yeah.
And Courtney Smith decides to lead off with a Vial.
Wow. So no Wasteland. Uh-oh.
Show and tell. If he has a Sting Scourger, he's going to put that face down and hope to hit another Emrakul, but
yeah. He will be
I don't believe that is what's going to happen here.
No, now Courtney Smith might be excited. He might think, hey, I'm getting a free Siege Gang.
Well, I think if he's going to do anything, he's going to put in the Matron and get a Sting Scourger just in case.
You're probably right about that.
Yep. He says, is it an Emrakul? And he says, no, it is a Hive Mind.
Oh, let me read that one. What's this one do?
Okay.
This can't be too threatening. It's just a blue enchantment, right?
6 mana blue enchantments. Those are never good.
Ever.
Each of us play spells. Who cares? What are you going to do? You going to Wrath the God twice? Okay, he says.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. What do I get to cast? What amazing spell do I get to have fun with? He says
now,
nothing.
Sam Friedman just toying with him, letting him search with his Matron.
So Samuel Friedman looking for a way. He might have a blue pact or something.
Right. I think it's a red.
He's just going to pack Titan.
Red pack. Courtney Smith would need a lot of Spirit Guides and a Seething Song.
He would need quite a few Spirit Guides.
Yeah.
All his Spirit Guides, actually.
None of those are in his deck, though. And there we go.
Yep.
That was a pretty quick game, too.
Yep. As I said, this is why I like Samuel Friedman in this matchup. So the deck just does that.
If Courtney Smith had Wastelanded that Underground Sea, he would have staved off death for one more turn.
Yep. Maybe longer. Maybe he didn't have if it took longer to third land.
Exactly. Courtney Smith, though, will probably learn his lesson from that game.
Yep.
Wastelanding is more important than anything.
Yep. Though he's in the play. He is in the play.
Yeah, he is.
So he can lead off with a Lackey. Turn 3, not impossible with Goblins.
No, definitely not.
Hive Mind can turn 2, but turn 3 with Goblins, totally feasible.
Yep. All you need, 3 pile drivers.
Yes. A mere 3 pile drivers.
Not that hard.
Turn 1 Lackey.
Yep.
Attack. Put in a War Chief. Then you get to play another Goblin.
Yep.
Maybe 2 more goblins.
Matron. Search up pile driver.
You
untap.
can go.
Pile.
Does he have? No, he doesn't.
No Skirk Prospector.
No prospectors. No. The guy makes 1/1s.
Right. Mog War Marshal.
Yeah. No War Marshal, so he can't play turn 2 War Marshal, and then
Go crazy.
Play 2 pile drivers or anything like that. Nothing crazy.
So no
but it's
turn
possible.
kills.
It's possible. It's hard.
Yep. Courtney Smith looks at his sideboard again, realizes Mind Break Trap, trying to think of the interaction between Mind Break Trap and Hive Mind. You can tell.
What does this do?
The cogs are turning, the gears are turning. Look at him. He's deep in thought.
He
shakes his head. Nope. That won't work.
Nope. I had in playing Hive Mind, I played against the person, and I only played it online. I played it in a real event, and my opponent played a misdirection at one point, and I'm just like, Judge, I need to figure out. I need to make sure. Because like I know misdirection doesn't read like it does now.
Right.
Because before it had 2 targets, and now I believe it only has 1 target. So we're trying to figure out what misdirection does in relation to I think there's a Force of Will or something on the stack.
Change the target of target spell with a single target.
Right.
That is so many instances of the word target. Yeah, it actually has the same wording as it did. Well, almost.
Right, but it's not it.
But it can't target itself now. I think. I think was probably the distinction.
No, here's the difference. Originally it said target spell with a single target targets another target instead. So there's awkwardly enough, there's 2 targets in it, right?
Right.
As keyword targets, right? And the new version, change target of target spell with a single target. Those it still only has 1 target.
Huh.
Those are just clarifying. Somehow it went down by 1 word. I guess it's the same number of targets, but it only has 1 target as opposed to 2.
You know, when you look at the word target for long enough, it doesn't look like a real word anymore.
It doesn't anymore. It's a real weird Oracle changing that meant that you can now misdirect a misdirect, where before you couldn't.
Yeah, there's so many instances of the word target on this card.
Yeah,
this is crazy.
Every other word is target on that spell.
Target, spell target, target now. That's pretty much how it reads.
I want my target and I want it now.
So players shoveling up for game 3. Courtney Smith having a laugh over how ridiculous that last game was.
Yep. He's just like, well.
So I didn't expect to die on.
So that spell does something.
Yeah.
I cannot pay for Pact.
I lose the game.
Now, if he just had Angel's Grace.
Yeah. Simian Spirit Guy, remove. Manamorphose into Angel's Grace. That's
Angel's Grace, a real trump in this matchup. If you have Angel's Grace against Hive Mind, it's very good.
Yeah.
You're just like, oh, I'll Angel's Grace in my upkeep. You pay.
And you know, also the thing about Angel's Grace is that it's all right against Storm.
Yeah.
It has to not get Thought Seized.
Well, it's actually not that good against Storm. Because you lose life, you don't take damage. So your life total does not go back to 1.
So Courtney Smith mulling to 6. He realizes he needs a very good hand to beat Sam Friedman.
And Sam Friedman, it looked like he had a Hive Mind.
Yep, his hand was Hive Mind, Summoner's Pact, Brainstorm, Ponder, 3 land. So pretty good hand, assuming he can find a Grim Monolith or a Show and Tell.
Yep, he will be casting a Hive Mind pretty quickly in this game.
Yeah, he will. And enough lands, including basic, so he's going to have protection from any Wastelands Courtney Smith draws, at least a little bit. So what does Courtney Smith want to draw here? What's his ideal draw?
He needs a Lackey.
He has to have Lackey.
Has to have Lackey.
Will Vile do it?
No.
Vile won't do it.
Vile will not do it. He needs a Lackey. And the Lackey is going to have to hit something, either a War Chief or an Instigator.
Right. Something big.
Something big. And I'm not even sure the Instigator's enough. I mean, maybe it'll be close. He just needs. He almost just needs Lackey and a War Chief.
Yeah.
And then 2 pile drivers. I think that's.
and then simply 2 pile
that's
drivers.
That's all he needs.
All he needs. Maybe a Sting Scourger just in case.
Just in case. Having a Matron in his hand would be nice.
Right.
In case for the Show and Tell, he can.
Why not?
In case Emrakul is the one that comes out on that.
Doesn't look like Emrakul will be happening this game, though.
No, probably not. I think this might be a last resort, not a mainstay plan.
Yep. So
Courtney Smith picks up a 6.
Almost drew 7. And no Lackey in that hand.
No Lackey, 1 land.
Ooh. He has to go to
It's
5,
ugly.
I think.
It's real ugly.
Even if one of those cards was an Aether Vial, it still wouldn't be good enough.
No, I mean, this is a matchup. And he's keeping. Looks like, or maybe not. Maybe not. Is he? Yeah, he is.
Wow, no 1-drop at all. He can't keep that.
Samuel draws a Force of Will. Not what he wants, but he's not upset about it.
Nope, he'll take it.
Yep. Turn 1, probably pondering. Yep.
Yep, we'll save the Brainstorm for a later turn when he has a fetch land, of course.
Leaves him on top. You can't. Oh, or he shuffles.
Why would he leave him on top there? Maybe like another ponder, something like that?
Oh, you leave him on top if you had like a show and tell.
Right, but like, what would be a questionable leave on top?
Man, I don't know. Another ponder, perhaps.
That's the only thing I could think of, because either he has it or he doesn't.
Right. And he has all the. It looks like he has all the cards for a turn 2, another turn 2, if he has them.
Right. So 2 mana for Courtney Smith. He'd love to land a pile driver here.
Nothing.
Just says go. Courtney Smith needed to mulligan this hand.
And yeah, Simon Friedman, under no pressure, will just pass.
Yep.
Another game where he does not have a super fast kill, but sometimes you don't need it.
Courtney Smith
turn
did
2.
not cycle that Incinerator end of turn. Wow.
Mountain pass. So he is up to 3 lands.
Samuel Friedman, though, more importantly, still at 20 life. At this rate, he'll be able to get up to 6 mana producing lands and just cast that Hive Mind.
Yeah. Looks like he's going that way. And another ponder. He's going to keep going, see if he can find a show and tell. Maybe an intuition.
He's going to hold that Brainstorm for as long as possible until he absolutely needs to cast it.
Yeah, no reason to waste it. You know, risk getting yourself locked under Brainstorm.
Right.
Not the matchup for that.
So Sam Friedman, with all the cards he could possibly want, just has to figure out how to put his opponent away before another crazy comeback.
And it looks like he's thinking about which land to play.
Yep.
He does have this, City of Traders taps for 2, but he's got to worry about Wasteland. He has to worry about or Schadenport.
Yeah, but I think Samuel Friedman should be able to figure that if Courtney Smith had one of those lands, it would be in play already.
It would be. It would be.
So Courtney draws for his turn.
And he's going to have stuff to play here, but...
Yep, I have to imagine we'll see this War Chief come out. Oh, Matron.
To get what? Getting a War Chief?
Yeah, unfortunately there are no goblins that stop the Hive Mind combo.
There are not. You are correct.
Maybe if they added Gaddock to a goblin.
Gets a lackey.
Okay. So, the turn 5 lackey.
A little slow for Legacy.
Smith. Yep.
But you never know.
Stranger things have happened. We saw game 1 after all.
Yeah, game 1 where it looked like there was no shot for Sam Friedman to lose, and he just bricked every single turn.
Mm-hmm. So Courtney Smith presumably will be casting this lackey here. No lackey.
Maybe representing Red Elemental Blast?
Maybe he figures that's his only chance
And it
here.
looks like he's just going to hard cast that Hive Mind.
Yeah, he's just going to go for it. And that's going to be all she wrote here.
Yeah, I'm pretty
Summer's
sure he had a pack.
packed.
Yep, Summer's packed. You do not have green mana. You are not playing Metamorphose.
No Metamorphose?
If you would like
green?
to search your library for a green creature, though, please feel free.
No, there's no Painter Servant in play right now.
And the handshake. Yep.
So Sam Friedman had a little scare when the Goblin deck won game 1.
Yeah, it is terrifying. He just felt frustrated, especially...
Flustered even.
Yeah. He had a fluster storm.
Yeah.
Fluster storm going on in his head.
So Sam Friedman advances. Not sure if these players are X1 or XO. X1 or XO? These players? Wow, so Sam Friedman moves to X and O, 5-0 with his Hive Mind deck. Courtney Smith drops to 4-1.
Yeah.